There was this video that just came out several hours ago of Draymond Green working out with Miles Bridges. The video is only for a few seconds long. What do I think about this? I have to say, as much as I dislike Draymond, I don't like him as a person or a player. I don't see anything that he did wrong with working out with Miles Bridges. If anything, it does show something about his character that he is loyal to his friends, even when they're going through down times. That is admirable, even though I don't like him. So I'll give him that. I don't think you can say anything bad about what he did. I've read that Draymond Green is Miles Bridges' mentor. They both went to Michigan State. Obviously, they didn't play together, but it's during different periods. They're alumni. So I just feel he's just showing him that he still supports him despite what he did was wrong. I don't think Draymond condones this, that what he did was right. I don't think he's condoning Miles Bridges' behavior. So I definitely don't think that. I think if anything, we should be paying close attention to what could potentially happen with Miles Bridges and Draymond Green's relationship through this ordeal. Right now, Miles Bridges probably doesn't have many friends who wants to be around him or players who want to openly work with him. Draymond, by doing this, has a lot of credibility in Miles Bridges' eyes. Draymond could use this to his advantage. Draymond is a master recruiter. I'll give him that. He's great at recruiting guys. This is the same guy who insulted Kevin Durant by telling him during a recruiting pitch way back in summer of 2016, I believe, where he straight up told him, like, hey, we can win without you. Kevin Durant, despite being insulted, still signed with the Warriors. So that shows you he's very convincing at recruiting guys. He's very manipulative. In this case, I think Draymond could pitch for the Warriors to sign Miles Bridges for the cheap, that they can get him at a super low discount since no other team wants to touch him. I think that that could possibly happen. It may not happen at this moment of time because the the story of the domestic abuse case with Miles Bridges is very much alive right now. It's very much alive. He also has to go through the sentencing of this trial or whatever happens. I don't know what's going to happen, but let's say legally he gets out of this. You know, he doesn't have to go to jail or serve a severe punishment, and he could be eligible to play sometime in the next several months or before the regular season next year ends. Draymond could use that as an opportunity to tell the Warriors, like, hey, we should sign this kid. He could be of good use to us, and also he's already gone through this time period where he suffered emotionally for what he did. So he could be looking for rehabilitation. We have nothing to lose. Another thing to factor in by then, I think when it comes to the news cycle, Miles Bridges won't be a fresh story anymore. At least in the NBA world, when it comes to sports, there's so many other things that can take up the news cycle within that period of time that can become even bigger than Miles Bridges, that people eventually forget what happened. You have to realize in the world we live today, the stories can dominate a news cycle for a week or two or maybe a month, but something else always happens. I think that's very prevalent the way we've set up our media today, especially with social media, which could pave the way for the Warriors to sign him. Sure, would they still get backlash? Absolutely. You hell, when you consider where they live, they'll get backlash. But I think they could easily storm that with their championships experience, I would say, and just their legacy. Granted, I don't like the Warriors, but just they have a lot of credibility now because unfortunately they've won a lot of times. They can just say like, hey, we're a championship organization. We don't condone what Miles Bridges did, but we believe we can rehabilitate him. We're getting him counseling. We're going to make sure he becomes a better person after he plays with us. We're going to hold him accountable for any of his bad behavior. They can play the PR game and win. They can definitely play the PR game and win when it comes to manipulating people. And I think they could weather the storm through the PR game, that they won't face that much of a backlash. This in return will allow them to get a fringe all-star player for a huge discount that could be of great use to them. So I would be on the lookout for the Warriors to potentially get Miles Bridges several months from now. There's a chance it could happen. I'm not saying it will, but I wouldn't be shocked if they did, since no other team wants to touch him, just due to his situation. They're one of the few organizations that can handle the backlash of signing Miles Bridges. So that's what I think about this workout with Draymond and Miles Bridges. Just food for thought, as they would say. Let me know what you think about this.